Good day, fellas. I hope you're ready for your daily dose of skill, and today we are going to take a look into the new toy. But before we are taking a look into the new toy, watch this. We have a problem. This is addictive shit. Man, this is disgusting. This is fucking horrible. Horrible. Bled, you think you are having fun. Have fun with this, you maggot. Maggot! Love it? We needed the Jack Pizza with a turret, fellas. I'm telling you, that's what this game needed. He doesn't know who hit him. I don't give a sh**. I will double tap every and each of you. You sweet, magnificent mother trucker. One gun looks to the left, one to the right, but you are sweet. You sweet, magnificent Uh-oh. That being said, I believe you know what to expect and how this vehicle can work. First things first, what we need to talk about the armor. And the armor of this vehicle is looking worse on the paper than it is in reality, because whenever you are meeting some tanks that are, let's say, tier 8, and we are talking about the heavy tanks, it's not that simple for them to penetrate this vehicle, right? Now, on the other hand, if you are meeting someone who has a decent penetration, and let's say you are facing the tier 10s or tier 11s, well, then armor is far away from being ideal, to say that the least. Also, this tank is getting armor-wrecked quite a bit, and people who are who will get this vehicle, right? People who are using Index and having level 3 access, you will be able to see the internal modules quite soon as well on the tank. I can't say the date, but we are working on that. And speaking about internal modules, fellas, there is a new badge of the tanks that got added. You can always check out the news list and you can see the internal modules of the tanks. Our goal is every week to add like 10 tanks. If we are ready, we will add even more. Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully that is understandable. And without further ado, without talking blah 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 too much, let's go straight into the game. The most noteworthy things: this tank has a turret, but you can rotate it to the 90 degrees on one side, 90 degrees on other side. And to begin with, this is a battle pass tank. That means every and each of you can earn those battle pass tokens the same way like phase 1, Char, Futur, Cobra, you name it. And if I'm not mistaken, it costs like 20 points. I think it costs 20 points. Now, what is the selling point? It is overall combination of the things, and as you have seen in intro, it is loads of fun to double tap the enemies. Now, the alpha damage is 500 alpha in the face. That's absolutely glorious and absolutely amazing. 265 millimeters of penetration isn't bad either, which is very, very good if you would ask me. And plus on top of that, if you are willing to shoot the gold, which I would highly recommend because there is no drawbacks for the gold ammunition, you have 305 millimeters of penetration and 1200 shell velocity, which is quite something if you would ask me. In other words, it is the tank that is capable to gift enemies with a casual 1000 alpha damage in the face, and it is loads of fun to play with, but in the same time it can be frustrating as well. Where the tank rating goes, we rated it 4 stars at this point in time, and the gun handling with 3.5 for this alpha damage. It definitely doesn't feel too bad. I can guarantee you that, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So the first game, we are bottom tier mother trucker. We are facing the tier 10s and obviously tier 11s, which is not exactly what I would dream about and not exactly what I would love to see, but in the same time, We are taking it easy, we are relaxing, and we are just waiting until enemies would make some silly goose mistakes. On the paper, potentially, you can play aggressively with this vehicle. You truly can against the tier 8s and below. Maybe even some tier 9s if we are talking about the tanks which doesn't have that much of the penetration, right? I would say that's for sure, but boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, there is always bud hiding somewhere around the corner, right? Higher tiers will shred through you like there is no tomorrow. Yesterday, I think we played like 15 games or something like that, and we have seen both of the things. We have seen quite a bit of the happiness, and we have seen quite a bit of the disappointments as well whenever gun simply refuses to hit. Now, speaking about this game, I would love to say that we could go in front and start kicking enemies to the nuts. Unfortunately, it is not the best idea, and unfortunately, I don't see how this could help us. I truly mean it. I think the best situation for us would be just to simply wait over there until enemies would start making a bit of pressure. There is PTZ that never been spotted, Progetto that never been spotted, T30 that never been spotted, and probably all of those mother truckers are sitting somewhere in the heavy line, and they are waiting for their turn to make a bit of the pressure, right? That's what I want to believe. But well, let's see. Patience. Patience is all we need, fellas. Definitely not the most exciting game. And speaking about... Oh, exciting. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Yes. Okay, this is going to be beautiful. Wait. I'm waiting for that 1000 because Grille should be nearby as well. I want to believe Grille is nearby as well. I kind of do the beer favor for myself. And what is beer favor? That means that by spotting them, I am actually not allowing them to make pressure. Hello. Minus 1000. This is what I'm talking about, and this is what I want to see, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see those beautiful 1000s in the face, right? Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully that is understandable. Now, all we are hoping for is overall for enemies to get even more involved here, which they definitely will. And we are going for another 1000 because we can. Do you see how beautiful this mother trucker can be and how beautiful this tank can behave? I mean, fellas, that is nuts. That is nuts. I can tell you that much. It is absolutely disgusting in the most positive shape and form. Now, we are going for another 1000 because we can. You can say whatever you want, that was worth to wait, and looking into all of this, this is pretty sweet. This is pretty sweet, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it truly is. Now, we will go for another 1000. Now we will go for another 1000 because we can. To see where I'm coming from and why am I highlighting this, that it is a loads of fun to play with this mother trucker, and it can be extremely enjoyable and just simply satisfying to play with this tank, and you can get it over battle pass. So that means that even though it is not a premium tank, right, this mother trucker, you can use whatever crew you want and whatnot, and it can be just simply enjoyable experience of the world of tanks. And this is, I feel like most of the players are missing a bit of the enjoyable experience, if you know what I mean. Nowadays, World of Tanks can be extremely, extremely rough and extremely disgusting. And I'm not making this this caco up. I believe you know exactly what I'm talking about. So tanks like this, which are not overpowered, at least in my opinion, but still quite fun to play with, is something. By the way, I don't really think, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that this tank is broken or this tank is overpowered. I think it is balanced just right, at least in my opinion. Hola. Hola. You see what I mean? You see what I mean, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, man? This vehicle is just something else. Okay, relax, take it easy. All we need to do at this point in time is to wait until enemies will do something silly. Because I truly believe that they are going to get involved somehow over there. I truly believe in that. Do we have anyone else making quite a bit of pressure? Also, I'm laughing from this conversation happening on the background or in the background, you know, whenever every and each mother trucker is trying to check out who has a bigger PP. Quite a story, quite an experience, right? Quite a story and quite an experience, I can tell you that much. That is okay. I don't mind, I can go for a double shot over there. Beautiful, we are okay. This is down to fartable, this is down to fartable. I'm not entirely sure how many hit points the other folks has, especially over there, but we are feeling kind of alright. We are feeling quite good with all of this. Excellent. I don't really think that it bothers me, Monty. Now it does bother me. Now it definitely does bother me, fellas. I believe that Monty is sitting right there in the bushes. So potentially what I could do, I could try to double tap him. You never know whenever you are hitting shots like this, so I am willing to take a risk it for the biscuit situation and slap him, and unfortunately, as you can see, that Monty actually relocated closer. Not ideal, but that's what we have. That's okay. He will take 500 if he will peek, or alternatively, I'm going to be slapped by the Progetto who is sitting... where is he sitting? Who is sitting somewhere here, I would say. Okay, fair play. 5.9 thousand damage, fellas. Come on, we cannot complain about this. And that's loads of fun to go with those 1,000 per shot. It is insanity. Anyways, let's see the score. Okay, beautiful, fellas. We are back. Unfortunately with the defeat, but very, very sweet. 6,000 damage, a bit of the blocking. I think that we played well, and I think that we have done the things properly over there. And overall, 13,000 profit. So yes, keep this in mind. I did not even spam at gold, and I am kind of losing the credits, right? So keep this in mind. Also, one more thing that I want to talk about. Keep this in mind whenever you are seeing the tank participating to this level. I'm not using the better equipment. I'm not using bond equipment or experimental equipment, and I believe that with those equipment pieces, the tank would feel even better. So just food for thought, and just keep this in mind, okay? That being said, what do we have now? We have quite sweet experience. We have a tier 9, tier 8 matchmaking, so we are actually top tier. And I am expecting to slap mother truckers for 1,000 left, right, and center. And I truly want to highlight that one of the most fun features, if not the most fun feature, is to see the tanks taking one for the team for 1k, okay? I really want to highlight how much fun there is. I really want to highlight that. Okay, that being said, You know what I mean? It has some beauty to it. It definitely has some beauty that it just feels great to slap them for 1000. It truly does. You can look at this however you want to. It just feels right. It just feels beautiful. It just feels sweet. I can tell you that much. Okay. We are going for seconds. Unfortunately, we cannot go for double, so we will go for a singular shot. We are okay with that, and hopefully now we can say hello for this gentleman once again. Yes, we can. How are you doing, sexy beast? Very good, thank you. Baza68 is not learning his mistakes. I can promise you that. He enjoyed himself, he had some fun, he said, hey, now we are going to be gaming, and he went straight into the garage. Beautiful. What is the next thing what we would love to do? We would love to make a bit more pressure like so. And I think I am going to for a double shot over there. Yes, this is kind of a dangerous thing for us to cross, but I don't mind because I'm strong mother trucker. And I am going to go straight up for I was thinking about the double, but singular will do. Singular will do, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. And now we are just simply waiting since this gentleman doesn't really pay attention to the minimap, right? Okay, we are slapping him. We are lighting him on fire. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And now we are getting even more involved over there. We are using our Gusor a bit as a meat shield for ourselves or for our gain. But hey, we are fine. Kaboom, 700. Man, this tank. Whenever I was thinking how to raid this vehicle and how to showcase this tank for you folks, from the first game, I fell in love with this tank. And no, I don't think that it is broken mother trucking tank, that it is the best tank ever, and how we're gaming there to do something like this. This is not what I thought about. I thought that it was actually fun. It was actually fun, fellas. And I think in many situations people do forget how much fun this game can be. Although, to be completely honest with you, with nowadays situation in the game, it is very, very, very hard to it is very hard to forget that as well, if you know what I mean. Because every and each of us have been there when we did not fully enjoy the game, if you know what I mean. But I think it is important thing to highlight overall. Anyways, we are feeling alright. We are going to have a double in a second. And our mission is going to be to say hello for this Sue. At least that's what I would love to see. Although Sue is a bit annoying, not gonna lie, but it's okay. We are taking our time. We are going a bit backwards. It's okay. I am willing to take one for the team because I just simply can. And apparently, enemy team is capping the base. I did not predict that. That is on me, fellas. That is on me. I cannot decap the base at this point in time, and I made a wrong turn over there. Instead of going and decapping the base, I made a decision to for attack, you know? So that is on me, and that is unfortunate, to say that the least. It's okay, mistakes were made. Doesn't really change anything, even though I messed up completely. It is loads of fun. 2 games in a row, I am just simply smiling and I'm just simply having a great time with all of this, and I am enjoying myself. That is absolutely glorious. Okay, we are back. Unfortunately with the defeat, but solid 4,900 damage, quite a bit of experience, first by the damage, first by the experience, and 53,000 profits as well, although most of the profits are coming from completing the mission. And last but not least, we are playing in Serene Coast Standard Battle. Now the question is, do I want to go into the heavy line or into the hold down play line? Oh no, oh no, okay. We can clearly see that this side is going to be sacrificed. We can clearly see that. So we are staying for a base defense instantly. I think that it is a proper way to do the things. And hopefully we can make it work properly. I would love to see some mother trucker sitting in this area. Hola. Yep. Long range shot. I've been missing quite some of those myself yesterday. I was testing sniping abilities of this tank, and even though the tank is not the worst sniper schnitzel over there, I would not compare this to the SFAC or however it's called. I have a different name, but I have a feeling that on the YouTube it won't end up that well, if you know what I mean. So that is important thing to highlight, but this tank is not the same level sniper schnitzel, I can guarantee you that. Meanwhile, we are trying to punish them. Unfortunately, we are failing. And from the longer distance, probably the best recommendation from my side would be just to simply shoot singlers. Don't overthink about the doubles too much, even though it's loads of fun. It doesn't really mean that you are going to be hitting those shots very, very often. I think it is important thing to highlight as well. And now, once again, we are in the situation whenever we can clearly see the situation over there, and we understand, I repeat, we understand that this side is falling. So that being said, I am instantly relocating over there. It took a bit longer than it should have, but it's okay. We are going to be sitting quite comfy over there. Also, this is that type of tank whenever camo, at least in my opinion, isn't necessary to have, because most of the time you want to be aggressive with this vehicle. At least that's how am I looking into the things, and that's what I see personally. That being said, let's go for a singular shots, because it's not going to be easy to hit the double for obvious reasons, and let's simply wait for it. Let's just simply wait for it. Whenever we see mistake, we punish. It's okay, 500 will do. And now we can see the Type 71 trying to get a bit involved here. That is quite good stuff, especially if we will lit him on fire. We did not lit him on fire, but we slapped him for 1000. Very satisfying. Extremely satisfying experience. Extremely satisfying, fellas. I can tell you that much. Extremely satisfying. Okay, how about this E75? He's sitting right there. He's having a great time. We are missing the shot. This is the moment whenever we are going to be loading gold and we are not going to overthink too much. And all we want to do, we want to see them making some silly goose mistakes. That's all we need for a full happiness, fellas. That's all we need for a full happiness. Once again, this game could have been already quite different, just purely because of the doubles which I missed. It's too satisfying not to do that. I'm sorry. This is the situation whenever you should do as I say and not as I do, okay? I think that is super important thing to highlight. Okay, 530, beautiful. And our mission right there is going to be to keep this mother trucker spotted for obvious reasons, right? Okay, beautiful. Another shot, that's okay. This Arias is once again quite annoying, but once again we are not going to overthink this too much. We are feeling quite alright. He thinks that he's safe playing hold down. No, you are not. I have good enough penetration, and good luck dealing with me in this type of situation. And now we can just simply make a bit of pressure and we can just start eliminating the remaining guns. At least that's what I want to believe. As you can see, extremely strong session even without using the bond equipment or bounty or experimental equipment. I believe that's fair to say that it looks pretty strong. And not spamming full gold. Spamming full gold, it would be even a better situation, which is once again very important thing to highlight. And overall, the tank is very, very, very solid. I definitely think that it deserves 4 stars, and this is going to be one of those mother trucking tanks that people are going to take from the battle pass for fun, and I think it is important thing as well to have some fun tanks and actually quite decent tanks as well, right? Beautiful, 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 fellas. That was a very good session, extremely solid performance, and once again, I think that they have balanced this vehicle pretty well. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, but last year Battle Pass tanks were straight up stinkers. And this year, the first one that we are having in the Battle Pass, it already feels like, wow, that is quite a journey and that is quite an experience. You know, this is how it feels like, at least in my opinion. Anyways, 5,700 damage, no assisting damage, solid ace, 1.2 base experience. We are first by the damage, we are second by experience. We made 11,000 profits. And fellas, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this tank did not disappoint me. Now imagine how it would look like with a bond ventilation, with experimental hardening, or alternatively bond hardening and experimental turbo to make the gun even more accurate. Crazy. Anyways, our session, even though we haven't won too many games, we have had a casual 5.5 thousand average damage experience and session. Now, just to highlight that for you, I played like 15 games yesterday on the stream and whatnot, or 12 games yesterday on the stream before rating the tank, and our performance was around 4,000 DPG with this vehicle. So once again, nothing to complain about and nothing to cry about, right? Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, keep this in mind that you can always leave the feedback by giving a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And have fun, enjoy yourself, and thank you very much for all of your support during the live streams and YouTube comments, members, obviously, and let's not forget patrons. Thank you very much for everything. See you soon, and take care, fellas. Peace.